Bum, 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 bum. We're live. What's up, guys? Back with another random show. Haven't done this in a while, so it should be fun, guys. So basically, the format today is kind of Q&A. I've done these ones in the past. So if you have a question for me, just put it in the chat box. I will be monitoring that as we speak. And I won't be answering any prediction questions and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So real good questions, guys. Okay, here we go. Hola, ¿cómo estás? I love my poetry, or she loves my poetry. Thank you. What do I think about the price dropping? Welcome to a marketplace. Prices go up, prices go down. That's it. You know? Do I think the crypto is crashing? No. So, okay, seems to be on top of mind for everybody. Like any marketplace, guys, this is no different than what has happened in the past, whether that is crypto or non-crypto. My hair is crazy. Oh my God, I need a haircut. Whether it's crypto or non-crypto, this is part of the marketplace, the economy of a certain marketplace. And it's manipulated, obviously, like any marketplace. And in the crypto space, you have a couple of ways to manipulate it because it's so small. Number one is psychology. A lot of people fall for FUD, you know, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And basically combine that with, let's say, the herd mentality or the sheep mentality, combine that with what's happening with exchanges and miners and certain government regulations around the world. You get what happens today. Is this bad? No, it's healthy. It's part of an ecosystem. What I find more scarier is when a marketplace can grow by billions of dollars within a couple of days. That scares me. So I'm a firm believer in sustainable organic growth. That equals long-term sustainability and accountability. So this dropping down is okay in my eyes. People who actually believe in projects is a great opportunity for you to go in and invest in the projects that you love and that you support, as opposed to just screaming, oh my God, this is Armageddon or Cryptogeddon, as they say. Okay, so that answers that. Next question. Any new ICOs that I'm interested in? Good question. I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention because I don't really invest in ICOs that much. Only did a couple of them. I don't know. No, not really. I've been too busy building my company, Blockgeeks. So, if I do find one, I'll let you guys know. It's not okay. So, it's not like I don't do ICOs. Like any startup, I think many are. Best way to say this: they don't need a token, and they don't need a blockchain. And the problem they're trying to solve is not really a problem. That's not to say I don't like ICOs. I think ICOs are actually revolutionary. I think we're going to have an evolutionary process of how they evolve and how they're utilized and how token distributions are created, how crypto token economics are understood and executed. And I'm quite excited for the future of ICOs. I think they give a lot of option to both investors and founders. And the incentive models line up both for investors, founders, and users of an ecosystem. Do I think it'll keep on going? Yeah, I think this whole crypto temporary bear market will be done by in no time, couple of days, guys. Is this a correction or a crash? Well, what's the difference between a correction or a crash? Ameer, am I open to the idea of cryptocurrency falling, becoming something of the past? Yeah, many of these cryptos will become ghosts. You won't see them anymore. That's a guarantee. Pretty sure it's a guarantee. Ameer, I recently started a YouTube, Steemit, and DTube account. I'd love to interview. Is it possible? Yeah, email me, Ameer@blockgeeks.com. We'll see. Yeah. What's my opinion on Hashgraph? I don't know. So people keep on asking me on Hashgraph. It's a private code. I have no idea. It's not like you can audit it or look at it. What do I feel about EOS? We just had a guide on Blockgeeks. Check it out. Go to Blockgeeks. We just published a brand new EOS guide. And that's our opinion. I think the more competition in an ecosystem is really healthy. So all the power to EOS. One sec. I got to go back. This is a good question from Robert. Why aren't there more people expressing concerns about Ethereum and the large attack surface on Turing complete virtual machine provides? I love smart contracts, but I like to see more skepticism. Great question. The reason why is because people just don't know about that. Simple as that. One time I was actually talking to a mining operation and I asked them about proof of stake models coming in the future, such as delegated proof of stake for EOS and Ethereum, etc. They actually blinked twice and had no idea what I was talking about. This was a mining facility. I'm like, okay. Question about Monero. Great dev team. Use cases are interesting. I like them. They're great. What is the last psychedelic you took? Microdose of psilocybin. Funny enough, you guys are in Tulum. I'm going to Tulum with Dennis McKinnon at Crypto Psychedelic. So check out cryptopsychedelic.com. I'll be there February 2nd till the 5th. Tax question. Amir, can you please recommend who to use to get taxes? Oh, that's not my ballpark. Talk to your legal counsel and a tax attorney where you physically live and how you're set up. That's way out of my ballpark. Adidas Beats. What do you think 60-something% of the value of each transaction is going through privacy mechanisms? What do I think about them? Nothing to really think about that. Maybe if you reframe the question a little bit better, I would give you a more clear answer. Is Neo rising because the ICO is being released on the platform? Well, guys, listen. Reason why anything rises is a multitude of factors. You can't just justify something increasing by, say, one variable, right? You have exchanges that control prices. You have miners that control prices. You have whale groups, pump and dump groups that control prices. You have OTC counters that control prices. And this is an organic organism, corresponds and ebbs and flows. So there's not one thing that you can say, hey, it's because of that increased. But remember, human beings were very irrational creatures. So I always find it odd when the price is going up, people tend to buy. But when the price is going down, people tend to sell. I'm like, whoa, that doesn't make sense. It should be the opposite. The Ethereum network, good question from Smith. Ethereum network is quite congested at the moment. Any projects you particularly like that are tackling the scaling issue we're facing? Counterfactual, non-token guys, counterfactual, which is state channels, generalized state channels with Liam Horn and Jeff Coleman. That's really interesting. Plasma, that's really interesting. Cosmos. So that's Ethan Buckman. That's a very interesting project. They're here in our office. Those are really interesting ones, those three. And for Plasma, I'm pretty sure Misi Go is utilizing that. They'll be the first scale use case of it. What is Blockgeeks and what is my role? Founder, and Blockgeeks trains developers online. How much money I've lost today? None. I lose nothing. Why do people want to know how much money I lost? Silly question. Raiden. Oh yeah, I forgot about Raiden. Yeah, I still don't know why they really need a token, but okay. How many years will the crypto market remain bullish? I don't know. It's really, really hard to tell. If you look at the S&P, it's been bullish for the last like 100 years or something, or 80 years. Just look at the S&P. It's ridiculous. It's the longest bull market ever. What's in my portfolio? Crypto, 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 and more crypto. IOTA future, you believe in it? A lot of issues. A lot of very, very smart engineers that I know have a lot of issues with it. Let me put it that way. Do I think atomic swaps are going to affect Litecoin? I think atomic swaps are very interesting technology, and I think we're going to have a lot of use case for it and a lot of utility for atomic swaps in like a year or two. What do I think of Tone Vase? I don't know the guy really. I met him once at a conference, said hello. That's pretty much it. So, seems nice. EOS is reinvesting $1 billion in new projects. Thoughts? EOS is competing against Ethereum, and they want to attract devs and they want to attract companies to build on top of them, so they will market. No different than any other company competing against any other company is you market and you brand yourself and you attract the right people. Welcome to Business 101. How do I educate myself in the space? I just talk to people that I know. That's a good question. Twitter is actually a good source. If you make a good Twitter list and follow people. I'm blessed enough to have many bright minds here in our office. And Toronto is a center point in the blockchain space. So physically speaking, there's a lot of very smart people in our city. So proximity is important. But for the most part, Twitter is a really good resource. Do I think DAG is the future of Bitcoin scaling? We don't know yet. I actually want to see how Lightning Network is deployed. It's a very interesting scaling solution. Who to follow on Twitter then? I don't know. There's so many. Who's your favorite Twitter followers for crypto? Oh, I got a bunch. Chris Bernsky is good. Bernetsky, sorry. Follow Vitalik. Joey Krug is good. I'm just top of my mind. Ari Paul. Yeah, there's a bunch of other ones, but I'm not really good with names. John McAfee. Hey, he's doing his thing. That's a classic pump and dump. So tell people exactly what you like. The herd listens and they go buy, and you already have the coin from before, so your valuation goes up, and then afterwards you sell. Chris, what would I do if I lose 100% of my investment? I don't know. I don't care. I've lost investments in the past. Who cares? Move on. You learn from your mistakes, right? Warren Buffett has a saying: a smart man learns from his mistakes, a wise man learns from others. And he also has another investment rule. First rule of investing is don't lose your money. Second rule is referred to rule number 1. So you always want to hedge and protect your downside. It's very foolish of people to put all their eggs in one basket. So like anything you do in life, you diversify, you hedge, you reallocate. I highly recommend you guys read the book Principles by Ray Dalio. Shrooms. I've done shrooms before. Would you recommend DMT? DMT is interesting. It's not like Aya. It's hard for me to recommend. I don't. It really does depend on who you are and what you want to achieve and what's your purpose of it. If you have a calling for it, if you have that yearn to explore yourself a little bit deeper to really understand your psyche, then sure, try it out. But I'm a firm believer in having a proper shaman in your presence to guide you through the experience. Am I a smoker by any chance? No, I don't smoke. I used to smoke cigarettes 10 years or 12 years ago. So how do I diversify in crypto? I don't invest in crypto then. That's how you diversify. It's not like you diversify another crypto, you leave crypto. You have a small, okay, so if you're looking at portfolio, guys, and listen, I'm not a professional investor. I don't invest for people. I don't have any fiduciary responsibility, right? If you look at any investment thesis, and Ray Dalio talks about this in Bridgewater Report, in his all-weather portfolio, like if you're looking at, say, 100% of your money, you have a small allocation, let's say in crypto. He doesn't say this specifically, but I'm saying his model. You would have a small allocation crypto. You have another allocation in long-term safety holds, whether that is mutual fund, index fund, REITs, whatever it may be. You have another allocation in, I don't know, stocks. You have another allocation in something else. It's up to you, right? But at the end of the day, you're diversifying between different asset classes. That's what I'm talking about. Not diversifying between crypto. There's no diversification between crypto. Not yet, that is. What will it take for crypto to go mainstream? More time. That's it. What do I think about Kin? So they left Ethereum, which I knew they're going to do, and they're supposed to go to Stellar, and they just left Stellar, I think. So I don't know what they're doing. What do I think about Steemon? I think Steemon as a first-generation pioneering platform is phenomenal. Does it have issues? Yes. It does have a lot of issues, but all the power to them for what they've accomplished. I think there's many lessons to learn from it. Obviously, people want to use it, but I think we're going to see much better iterations on Generation 2 and Generation 3 models. Tron? Well, just go to Twitter and look up Juan, who is the founder of IPFS and also Filecoin, and you'll see what Tron did. Do I think the crypto world will remain dependent on miners? Well, it depends on the consensus model they have. If it's a proof of work model, then yes. But systems like proof of stake for Ethereum that they want, pretty sure they want to launch this year. They're on testnet right now. We'll see. DPoS, dedicated proof of stake for EOS. They're switching over to virtual mining, so staking mechanisms. What's my view on Forex trading? I do none. Don't know much about it, so I have no idea. I can't really add value there. I don't actually, guys, I do zero crypto trading. I do zero trading whatsoever. I like building businesses. Which would be better to learn, Solidity or JavaScript? Actually, you need JavaScript to learn Solidity, so both. Is Google Auth safe? I think it's one of the best devices, believe it or not, for security for your cell phone. Please, if you guys have like a two-factor text messaging on your phone, eliminate that right away. People can easily clone your phone, but they can't clone Google Auth. Have I looked up Maker? Yeah, Maker Die. So they have an interesting system. But then again, like the system works in a closed system. They still have to test out a bunch of things. But like for me, stable coins, I find it hard to believe how they're going to work on a market that's variable, meaning how they can control the variabilities for their token to be stable on an exchange. That's what I still don't get. But let's say they are in a closed system. They have an interesting model where, let's say like DAI, you have DAI over here, and we have $1 of DAI. And let's say you have to hedge maybe $2 of Ether. I'm just drawing something over here, and something called PETH, I believe. PETH. I don't know. Let's see. Ether is limited by 2, and maybe you have to make like 2 PETH. So like DAI in a nutshell is kind of like this, where let's say you want to have a stable DAI. You actually have to stake your Ether. We can't stake 1-to-1. So let's say Ether's like, I don't know, $1,000. So let's say you have to stake $2,000 of Ether to stabilize one DAI. However, Ether is at the mercy of the market, right? What's going on? So let's say next day it's not worth $2,000 anymore, and it drops value in half, right? Obviously, this isn't your collateral anymore to hedge against DAI. So basically what they want to create is a temporary thing called PETH, right? So then PETH would come in, and then PETH would be the temporary substitute for the Ether that is devalued until then Ether goes back to the original value as collateral. And then once Ether is the original value of, say, $2,000 for one stable DAI, that two PETH or whatever number you want to put, arbitrarily speaking, gets burned away. They burn the PETH, right? So that's kind of the model in a nutshell, give or take, when it comes to Maker DAI. I met the team, interesting team. Stable coins are interesting. I don't know. For me, it's hard for me to give you an opinion about it. I have to see them actually, used for something and at the mercy of the ecosystem, and actually test it out and see actually how it's utilized. Blockgeeks courses, good question. We are ramping up. We hired 2 more teachers. We're hiring another 4 teachers in March. We're finalizing a Series A. So we're ramping up the courses as fast as possible. We're just, oh, look at my hair, it's going crazy. We're trying to just make the courses, as you mentioned, as high quality as possible. Okay, next. Okay, next question from Happy Wolf in the Forest. Good name. Do you believe that every smart contract token on Ethereum should be audited for? Yeah. Every contract, if it's responsible for holding money, should be audited. Yes. Taxes in crypto, Canada, capital gains tax. So it's considered an asset, like real estate. A good question. What I've been reading lately? Actually, this book. Actually, rereading. I haven't really bought too many books this year. So this book is really good if you guys like marketing. And this one right here. This is a really good book. These two. This one's really good. Like if you're into like wordsmithing and if you have to do a bunch of copy and emailing stuff, this is really good. Also understanding psychology. They're both really good psychological books, but this one's amazing. So for any marketing nerds out there. Amir, do I watch boxing? Yes, sometimes. Lemachenko is one of my favorite fighters. Guy's footwork is crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Insane. Insane. Question. So 1 second. This is a good question. If I was 25 against some 32, so if I was 25 again, and I had made, is this is $10 million or $1 million? One, two. I'm counting the zeros. 1, 2, 3. $1 million. I made $1 million in crypto, or if I had $1 million in crypto, and always wanted to start your own business line, would you continue working in a job and you're passionate about or build a business? Fuck that. If you're not passionate about anything, listen, guys. If you're in a position in your life, and obviously opportunity and circumstances and context is really key, but if you're in a position where you hate what the fuck you're doing, please start figuring out as of today how to get out of that. Whether that is slowly looking for a new job or getting out of your relationship or getting out of whatever. I can't fathom people being depressed and hating what they do on a day-to-day basis. I can't fathom that. So I implore you, if you are in that situation, do whatever you can to leave that situation. Raphael, what do I want to accomplish before I die? It's a good question. I used to want to leave a legacy, but that's all very egotistical. There's no need for me to leave a legacy. And then a lot of people say, well, I want to inspire people. I don't want to accomplish anything. As long as I'm happy and I'm adding value to people and what I'm doing is improving the quality of people's lives and actually changing the world, then that's all I need. I don't need to leave anything or try to accomplish these crazy goals. As long as I do that from a day-to-day basis, I'm content, and that keeps me very, very happy. Which wallet do I use? Ledger Nano. I don't really keep anything online. So simple, awesome. There's a link below the video if anybody wants it. I love them. Questions. Chris, did I back up my private keys? Yeah, if you go through the process for Ledger, you'll go through a process of storing your seed phrases. So yes. Okay, let me look at the questions. Any idea on requests, network token request? Was that exchange? I forget, guys. I can't keep up with all this stuff. I'm going to be honest with you. There's so many fucking ICOs and projects. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't know how people have time for this. Like, if you're building a business, you're working like 100 hours a week. I really don't know how people have time to read up on all this stuff. What's one of my favorite projects? 0x, Bank Chain, TrueBit. Those are just top of my mind. Platform plays. I like people actually creating other platforms and becoming competitors to each other. So the big platform plays, whether that is EOS, Neo, Waves, Quantum, what else? Yeah, there's probably other ones, but I like these platform plays. I like people to challenge each other and push the boundaries of what's possible. All right, guys, I'm going to take, or maybe I'm going to wait for one final question. What is my favorite book of all time? Anything by Joe Campbell. And also Shantaram. That's a really good book. All right, guys, I'm out. Always a pleasure. I'll try to do these a little bit more. And hopefully my new office next time, or should I say studio, finally.